Hey guys, welcome back to Play on Footy. Today I just want to do a trade update talk. Basically, there's been a lot of movement on the ground in terms of where players are going, so I thought I'd just make a list of everything that I know about each player. Again, it's all subject to change. I am recording this on Wednesday, the 25th of September. So yeah, just bear that in mind, guys. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think and who you're wanting for your team. I would love to hear it, so please feel free to comment away. First off, we've got Bailey Smith. Pretty likely at this stage he's going to the Cats on a long-term deal, but the Cats, so the Dogs would want a pick 15 for him. So that's where he sits currently there. So just to wait and see, but it's almost certain Bailey Smith will be going to the Cats. Lewis Young from Carlton is on a 2-year deal. Again, not quite sure who the main suitor is for him, but his name has bobbed up. So that's someone to look for and to look out for. Another one is James Peatling. So James Peatling has endless amounts of options. Collingwood, West Coast, even I think it was Sydney at one stage were looking into him as well. So he's got a variety of suitors across Australia. So it's not just Vic based or Queensland based, it's all around. The next player is Ben Hobbs. So at the moment he's staying at the Bombers unless something can be done there. But at this stage, I think, yeah, he's staying at the Bombers. Matt Kennedy, another one that's really been brought forward by Carlton. He's exploring his options. I think mainly due to the fact that he was on the bench for the elimination final against Brisbane, and I think he just wants to be an inside mid. And I think he's got too many, too much competition at Carlton. He wants to be one of the top dogs. So I think he's going to be looking somewhere where they need midfielders, and so. Who knows? But look, from what I can hear and what I've heard on the trade table gettable, he is mainly looking at Victoria, but who knows? Who knows? He might be willing to move if he becomes top dog. Nick Haynes is looking to go to Carlton. So currently at GWS, looking to go to Carlton. Again, it really just depends on sort of Lewis Young. I think maybe that's why Lewis Young's name's been thrown out, because Carlton are keen on Nick. So again, one to watch. Dustin Martin going to Gold Coast. I mean, is he retired? Is he not retired? All that sort of thing. And there was a bit of a joke at the Brownlow, but yeah, I think he is going to the Gold Coast Suns. I think it'll be a short-term deal, no doubt, obviously, but I think just to be there to sort of get them up and raring to go to play, their first ever finals campaign. So that'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. Could even drag on to November, to be honest. Isaac Cumming, Adelaide and Port have been linked to him, and there's been close links. Well, he has close links with Taylor Walker, so if that's any indication, he might be going to Adelaide Crows. But let's see how that all pans out. Ivan Soldo on the move again. I did comment on my previous video that you're welcome to check out on my YouTube channel, and yeah, he's looking to go to St Kilda, back to Melbourne. He just doesn't like Adelaide. He had a girlfriend at the time. She's moved to America. She didn't like Adelaide, and then on top of that, he had a knee injury. So his spot in the side was pretty strong up until that point. So yeah, he just doesn't want to really be in Adelaide, and that's fair enough. So his St Kilda's been linked to him. Jake Stringer, not really sure. Sydney's been popped up a couple of times, but again, he might just be staying at Essendon, so who knows what's going to happen there. Finn McGuinness could be on the way to the Bombers. They definitely need some sort of forward wingman sort of player. Obviously Dyson Heppel, he could even play back, but yeah, Dyson Heppel's obviously left the Bombers, so Finn McGuinness might be the man for the Bombers there. Matt Owies linked to the Lions, yeah, so they might be after another small forward, but you'd think with Kai Lohman and stuff like that, they should be all pretty much set, and they're pretty forward heavy, the Lions. But yeah, from at this stage, Lions has been a club that's been thrown around at Matt Owies, so we'll wait to see. Tom Barrass, pretty explanatory. He's going to the Hawks. Don't really need to elaborate much there. Jackson Pryor possibly going to the Bombers. So that'd be a bit of a work in progress sort of thing, but early days for him. Elliot Himmelberg is most likely going to Gold Coast. So that's pretty much done and dusted, they say, at this stage. So yeah, from what I can hear and what I've read up, he's more than likely going to be going to the Gold Coast. Tom Cleary is a Port Adelaide defender and he's looking to move to Eagles because of obviously the hole that's been created by Barras, and he just wants to play more senior football as well. He's been on the outer ever since Radicalea sort of got there at Port Adelaide, so that could be a really good sort of easy pick up for Eagles as well. Caleb Daniel, he's got 2 years to go on his contract with Bulldogs, but he's been looking and linked to go to North Melbourne. That's the most likely club that would suit him at this stage, just because of his age and where he's at in his career. So yeah, I think he'd be more likely to go there. Jack Lukosius, I did mention this on my channel on the video yesterday, but he is linked to Port Adelaide on a long-term offer. Josh Battle linked to the Hawks, pretty straightforward. Luke Parker has been linked to North Melbourne, so he's more than likely going to be going to North Melbourne. Tim Membry, yeah, we're not really sure where he's going to end up, but he's most likely not. He's happy to stay at St Kilda, but he's exploring his options. That's what was said. Jack Martin, Freo or Geelong at this stage. He's currently at Carlton. Liam Baker is obviously at Tigers now, but he's been linked to Freo and West Coast Eagles. And I suspect, and I did do a video on who's going to be coaching the Eagles in 2025. I suspect Steve McWalter, if he is the Eagles coach, I honestly reckon Jack Graham, Liam Baker will be 100% at the Eagles. And look, even Shai Bolton, I don't even know, but who knows at this stage. Adam Tomlinson, he's been linked to Collingwood at this stage. Josh Rotham from the Eagles has been linked to Bombers, so he's been pretty close to linked to those guys. Matt Roses is staying at the Gold Coast Suns after Dimmer told him that if he doesn't want to get fit, he can look elsewhere, and he did. And no, he's staying at the Gold Coast Suns. Bit of banter there. Shai Bolton been linked to Freo, but again, could be linked to the Eagles, so we'll see what happens there if McWalter is appointed this afternoon. Joe Richards been linked to Port Adelaide. Now, he's been a bit of a standout player for Collingwood this year in the forward line as a small forward. But again, another player that would be really sort of dependent on this is Ivan Soldo. So if they can work out something there, he might be able to get across. John Noble to Gold Coast Suns from the Pies. Jack Darling to North Melbourne. That's pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy and straightforward. Jack McRae has been on the outer for the Bulldogs for a while now, so I think he just wants to get more senior time and be back in the midfield in the depths of it. So he's going to go to St Kilda. He's got 3 years though left on his contract with the Bulldogs, so that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Devon Robinson has no real clubs linked, but was linked last year to Eagles. So again, do Eagles want to top up their midfield stock? Possibly. We'll see what plays out there. Wade Dirksen is joining the Demons. Jack Graham is most likely, as I said, going to West Coast, or if anything can't be done and McWalter's not the coach of Eagles, I suspect he'll just stay at Richmond. Daniel Rioli's gone to Gold Coast on a 5-year deal, so that's most likely happening at this stage. Jaden Laverde is, at this stage, no real takers, but his name's been thrown out there as well. But can Bombers really afford Jaden Laverde leaving, as well as a couple of their other players? I don't really know if they can, to be honest with you. Ben Hobbs is another one. I don't really know if they can get rid of two in their back line, but we'll see what happens. Harry Perriman, he's linked to Port in terms of he's linked to Port if the Dan Houston deal gets done. But yeah, we'll see. Collingwood's another club that's been linked to him. Sam Frost, Sydney or St Kilda. He's currently at Hawks. He missed out, obviously, with that foot injury in the game against Port Adelaide, the prelim final. And Xavier O'Halloran has been linked to Bulldogs. So Bulldogs will be pretty keen to stock up on their midfielders to replace Riley Garcia, who I'll get to in a sec, and Bailey Smith. Pete Ladhams is at Sydney, but he's played really good VFL footy. He was at Port Adelaide, so he's a two club player. Again, a club that might need a ruckman might be linked to him at this stage. But we'll see. Jack Carroll, no particular club yet is linked to him, but his name's been thrown out there. as well as Alex Neil-Bullen is definitely going to the Crows, so that'll probably be one of the first trades that will be done. Riley Garcia has been linked to West Coast Eagles mainly, but there could be some Vic-based suitors as well. And then Tom Campbell, St Kilda Ruckman. If Ivan Soto comes across to St Kilda, I would suspect Tom Campbell would be traded as well. And the most likely club that I can think of would be Melbourne to back up Max Gawn in the ruck, who sort of is nearing the end of his career. So you'd want to back up Ruckman just in case something were to happen to him. But that is it, guys. What do you reckon? Comment down below, like and subscribe. Which player you most likely, or most wanting to get at your club, and what do you think is most likely to happen? Please let me know and comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.